AveyOwyns asked me a question recently about why we're wearing Guy Fawkes masks. And so I've enlisted the help of fellow YouTuber Mr. DaxonIslander to answer the question for us. So, we'll get to her question. Isn't the occupation opposing banks and corporations?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the occupation is opposing banks and corporations, but not banks and corporations in general. Just the fact that the banks and corporations are withholding money from the economy. The economy is based on circulation of currency. Now, the fact that the economy is based on circulation of currency, when that money is not being used, the government prints more to put out to the general public. And when the general public spends money on corporations and banks, that money goes into the corporations and banks and is not stimulating the economy. We're against the fact they're holding the money and they're not letting it back into the economy and therefore making it into a recession.
So, isn't the occupation trying to convince or enlist the government to implement regulation over banks and corporations?
Yes, it is, and that is actually a good thing, because with this kind of regulations, with certain kinds of regulations, the kinds that we need, this kind of thing would not happen. But as it is, the corporations and the government, along with the unions, are in cahoots with each other to kind of, if you will, bone over the American people.
Okay. In the novel, Guy Fawkes was against the fascist socialist government regime. He was for anarchy and liberalism, which would by necessity make him for capitalism, right?
No, that's actually kind of a contradictory statement right there. Liberalism, if looked at on the political map, is actually less financial freedom, but more personal freedom. Now, with liberalism, that financial freedom is on a lesser scale because of the fact that you pay more taxes to the government so it can be more evenly distributed among the populace. That is socialism, my friends. That is to improve the lives of those who cannot work for themselves. That is socialism. So, a bit of a hypocritical statement right there. Research, it's a good thing. Yes, he was against fascism. And, yeah.
So, the anarchy part?
He was not for... Okay, now, if you're talking about anarchy in a way that gives freedom to people, then yes, I can agree to that. But if you're talking about anarchy as in destroy any kind of government, which is what the definition of anarchy is, destruction of any kind of government without putting any other kind of government in its place, then no, he was not advocating that. Anyone with a brain can understand that anarchy would not work because of the fact that people, if not within themselves, within their own country, would be attacked by a foreign country, and there is no way to defend themselves against any kind of nuclear or any other kind of non-human-to-human combat.
Okay. She says, Fawkes opposed government control over freedom, but you use his face to symbolize your desire for government to control our property, the thing most directly linked to the freedom of our person?
Oh my God. That's a funny thing. You don't get what the movement's about. The movement is about ending corporate and ending lobbyism, ending corporations and unions in bed with the politicians. We want freedom. Freedom. We don't want government controlling our property. It's our property, my property. I don't want the government to say, well, we're just gonna, let you have this, and if we feel like taking it away, you gotta give it back. I mean, it's ours now. We want freedom. We want to say, this is mine, the government cannot take it. Not to mention that goes against the Constitution. And the Constitution is something that I think everyone should reread, go to the Constitution. It should be all over the internet if you can't find it. Read the Constitution. That is what we want. We want everything to go back to working. How it worked. Everything now is not working. And to further that, the comment of the thing most directly related to our person is not just our property. That's just silly. The thing that makes us free is the ability to be who we are, have our own religions, have our own opinions, have our own, ability to make money. That is what I want. I want people to be able to say, hey, I earned where I'm at. I don't want the government to say, well, you've earned this, so you get this, when I earned more than that. Or for people who do not work, who have earned less than what they get. I don't want that. I want people to get what they earn. I personally want a capitalistic society that works. And with the regulations that have been taken off the corporations, it's not gonna work. That is the problem with this country. So, no, I am sorry. I am truly sorry. You have completely missed the entire point of this movement. The fact is that everyone wants something to change. They want something to work. That is why there is civil unrest. That is why there are protests in the streets, is because it's not working. I'm not saying we should install a fascist, socialist government. I'm saying let's just make something that works. I'm Mr. DaxonIslander, everybody. Have a nice day.